Ladies and gentlemen, it is a big day. Today, we found out exactly what is going on with the 80s Action Heroes event in Call of Duty Warzone, in Black Ops Cold War, and even Call of Duty Mobile, and there's a lot here. We also got a roadmap for the second half of Season 3 Reloaded, mid-season update, whatever you want to call it. And with this, we got a brand new trailer, learned about Rambo, learned about map changes coming to Warzone. On top of this, I got invited to like this early preview of what this was going to be, and there's a lot more to it than you just see in the trailer or anything like that I can fill you guys in on and tell you about, including Easter eggs in the new areas on the Warzone map. But first, let's look at what this is all about.
80's Action Heroes. In the capital of war, where there are no limits, only action. Some heroes die hard.
Serious right now?
Others draw first blood.
I'm coming to get you.
This summer, tighten your headband. Don't forget your shoes. And scream, yippee-ki-yay! Call of Duty is #1. With a mullet, business in the front, badass all around. You're welcome.
Okay, so a lot to take in there, and I want to start with the three biggest things. So first off, the two new operators. The first operator that we have is actually a little bit weird. It is John Maclean, and there's actually no images, and you don't see him in the trailer, and even when they show the bundle that is coming out this week, you don't see John Maclean in it. So I'm kind of confused by that, why they haven't shown him. But on the other hand is, of course, Rambo. They make a lot of references to Rambo First Blood and things along those lines throughout the trailer. So again, another character coming. Based off of what we saw in the trailer, it appears as though all of the voice lines are actually straight from the movies, which is really, really cool if you ask me, but we haven't really seen them fully in game. We'll have to wait and see. So one of the first things you're going to notice in the trailer is Nakatomi Plaza. It's a new location within Warzone in the downtown area, and it is massive. A massive, massive building, the biggest building in downtown. Now, what's really interesting about this is what we learned at that little pre-briefing that I mentioned. So first of all, this is not the only new location, and we'll go into the other new locations in a second, but on top of this, we also learned what was going to happen at these locations. There's going to be an event, and at, for example, Nakatomi Plaza, there's certain things that you can do, and these are going to be a part of the event that happens with the 80s Action Heroes event in Warzone. One of the things you can do, for example, is crack the vault inside the plaza. You can get up on the roof, you can go through the vents, and there's going to be a bunch of these challenges that you have to complete to then complete this kind of event. Now, some of the other areas that are being added to the map are, first of all, something called survival camps. These are from First Blood Part 2 and Rambo, and these are going to basically take place at the various camps that are set up around Verdansk, and there's going to be a little bit more there. You can go there, get dog tags, and those will kind of count towards another part of this event. The last new location is the CIA outpost. Again, they are trying to make this kind of reminiscent of the CIA headquarters in, once again, First Blood Part 2 from Rambo. And this is, I believe they said, in the northwest area of the map. We'll have to wait to see till it actually comes out on Thursday. So we have a closer look at the roadmap. As you can see on the left-hand side there, you can see the new POIs for Warzone. On top of that, underneath, you can see the new bundles. Then to the right of that, you can see the two new event rewards, which are for the 80s Action Heroes event, which is starting up this Thursday. Now, on top of that, there are also some new weapons. So first off, we have the baseball bat and the ballistic knife. These are coming, I believe, right away at the launch. And then after that, we have the AMP-63, which is a fully automatic pistol, which will be coming out later in the season. In other words, just not this week. So as well as the ballistic knife being added to Warzone, the other thing that you can see here is new loot. And specifically what they are talking about here is the combat bow. So the combat bow is essentially a new kill streak coming to Warzone. So essentially you can find this on the ground out of chests, or of course buy it at a buy station, and essentially it works like the combat bow that we have in Black Ops Cold War. Now on top of this, if you look above that, there is a new limited time game mode, and it is called Power Grab. It's a little bit different than normal battle royale. Essentially it starts with a smaller zone and only 100 people in it. There is no gulag, but you can buy back your teammates at a buy zone, or you can pick up dog tags by killing people, finding them on the map, and essentially the more dog tags you get, you can buy back your teammates with them. You can get specialist streaks, like for example various various different perks and things along those lines, and there's only 5 zones that close, so the game should be a little bit quicker as well. Now, on top of this, we also have new things in Black Ops Cold War. We haven't really dove into that yet, but in Black Ops Cold War, we are essentially getting 2 new maps. The first of which is the 6v6 map Standoff, has been in many Black Ops games before, and is basically exactly as you'd expect. It's currently what the Gulag is in Warzone, but of course, this one has a little bit more areas to it and a little bit more built out. The second map is the Duga. This one was already in the Outbreak mode, but it is now in the multi-team mode, and speaking of which, they are adding multi-team elimination this week, which is essentially the BR mode that takes place on the Fireteam Dirty Bomb maps. It's going to be really interesting to see how that plays and how many players kind of take to it as a new BR. Now, we also have some new game modes in Cold War as well. The first one is called Die Hardpoint, and essentially the easiest way to think of this is Hardpoint meets Cranked. So when you get kills, when you capture a hardpoint, the countdown begins. You have 30 seconds to either capture another hardpoint or kill someone, which will extend that timer, and as you do so, you unlock different specialist bonus, the final of which makes your explosion at the end of your life bigger, and you can kill enemies with it, which is pretty cool. The second game mode is called Rambo's Gun Game, and essentially this is like an amped up version of Gun Game. They've added in things like the War Machine, Death Machine, Combat Bow, things along those lines, which will change up the way that Gun Game works. There's still 20 tiers of weapons that you need to go through, and the rest of it works exactly like normal Gun Game does. Now, in these modes, there's new 80s themed medals that you can earn, as you are seeing here, which look pretty cool. Now, the last thing that we have is down in the bottom right hand corner, and this is the zombies information. So first of all, new main quest for the Outbreak mode. On top of this, the Orda encounter as well, and then finally they are adding Cranked 2, which is another new zombies mode being added to Firebase Z. On top of this, new intel. Pretty straightforward as far as zombies goes. Unfortunately, no new map. Hopefully we'll be seeing that with season 4. Now, essentially, that is it. That is the 80s Action Heroes update, aka the mid-season update, aka the season 3 Reloaded update. And as far as this goes, it's a pretty interesting one. Obviously, I think it's clear to say the biggest things being added are the new locations in Warzone, specifically Nakatomi Plaza. I'm super interested to see how that plays. Then on top of this, we also have the new characters like Rambo and John Maclean. We haven't even seen John Maclean yet. I guess we'll have to wait to Thursday to see what that's all about. Kind of interesting that they didn't show him in any of the promotional material, but we saw a lot of Rambo. Now, if you're wondering when this update's actually happening, it's happening tonight for Black Ops Cold War. That's only for Black Ops Cold War. And then tomorrow night, we are getting the Call of Duty Warzone update. That is when you should see the new operator bundles for Rambo and John Maclean. On top of this, tomorrow is when we are getting the new event, which is the 80s Action Heroes event, and the new locations in Warzone. So hopefully that clears up some stuff. I will probably have a video on both updates coming out, so make sure you stay tuned to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on, all of that good stuff. So ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is the update. Hopefully you've been informed. If you did and you enjoyed the video, always appreciate it if you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, like what you see, subscribe. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'm really curious to hear what you guys have to say about the season 3 Reloaded, aka the 80s Action Heroes event that is coming this week. And as always, I will keep you guys updated the more and more information we got. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard, and I want